Hi, ladies. It's a beautiful summer day, so I'm sitting outside working from here, and I just wanted to drop in with a really spontaneous episode for the Empowered Expat Woman show today, which will be about my book that is currently in the making. I guess if you've been following me, you know that I'm writing one. I've had the idea for a while, and when I did a business mentoring in the beginning of this year, my mentor, Mirella Sula, she really encouraged me to just, start writing and get it out there ASAP. So you probably know the story. I'm very transparent about it. I'd set a deadline for myself. I mean, just like for myself, right? Nobody was forcing me or pushing me to do that. Um, and it was March 31st. So I had a month time. And I got really far. I mean, literally, I got very close to finishing the book. I think I had two chapters missing at the time, and obviously revisions and all of that, right? But I just wanted to finish the writing process by the end of March. And then stuff happened, right? My little one was sick for a week. I had visitors. Um, it's just stuff that can get in between. And so I didn't make my deadline. It was actually then a conscious decision to not push through, but to, just postpone the writing process and continue finishing up, which is something that I really wanted to take my time and enjoy, because writing a book is not something that you can do in between like some other things, like maybe a social media post. You can do that on the go, but writing a book, at least for me, right? But I think this holds true for everyone, and maybe some of you are also interested in writing a book, because I heard a statistic that, I don't know, a huge number of people are actually considering to write a book, but then they don't take that step. So let's talk about that too. And yeah, I just really wanted to finish and enjoy it and take my time, because time and space is needed to get into the flow of writing and being inspired. And then, sometimes you write something and then you change it again, and then you're like, oh no, and I wanted to go a different way. Anyways, so a long story short, and this will all tie in with what I'm about to tell you now, I I found it really hard to pick up my writing again. And I actually didn't look at my manuscript for maybe 2 months. There was a lot going on also in my personal life, just like all of this expat uncertainty and limbo. And there were so many family things that I had to take care of that really kept my mind occupied. And yeah, I just felt like it was so hard to get back into this writing flow that I had back in March, right? And the reason for that is that I had lost momentum. Momentum is such a powerful force. And funny enough, it is the first chapter of my book. So I actually want you to be the first to get this exclusive snippet of my book, of my first chapter that talks about momentum. And yeah, tell you also why it is so important for you to really, think about it and harness it in your life. What we do with momentum, we do it well, and we do it fast, and we do it effectively. And then once we lose it, it's just a little hard to get back into it. So the preliminary title of my book is How to Make the Most of Your Life Abroad, an A to Z guide for expat women to thrive wherever they are. And yeah, I wanted it to be this really profound and super duper uber helpful and valuable guide that's at the same time super easy to digest. And it will be, because it's finally a book where you don't have to read from cover to back, or whatever they call it, but you can actually jump in between chapters, because it's an A to Z guide, right? So you can pick the topic that's most relevant for you right now, even though obviously I do encourage you to read all of the chapters in order to be able to make the most of your cross-border life. So I am really excited. I'm at this point, I mean, I think I just have like this conclusion piece that I need to think about. But actually, I finished writing. And then the next step will be to send this to an editor and to just, get it wrapped up. But there is not much standing in the way of getting it published and sharing it with all of you. And so, like I said, I just really wanted to give you a sneak peek now on what I've been working on. And it's got to do with momentum. And I think now that momentum is always so important. And now that we're entering the summer, which is like a new phase in the year. And also then after the summer, many of you guys, many of us will make a move or make some changes. So momentum is the thing that will make a real difference. Okay, so now before I ramble on, let me just go and read this chapter to you.
Welcome to the Empowered Expat Woman Show, the place to celebrate your courage, inspire you to dream and play bigger, and support you in creating a truly fulfilled life across borders. I'm your host, Camila Quintana, and I believe your future is too important to get lost in translation. So, are you ready to make the most of your life abroad? Then let's get started.
A new beginning. Whether it starts with your relocation, the beginning of the new year, month, or week, or simply by opening up this book, there is something incredibly powerful about a new beginning. It's an invitation to reflect on the past, let go of what no longer serves you or what you've outgrown, and most importantly, think about what you want from life. This new chapter abroad offers a chance to envision and reimagine your ideal relationships, career, and practically every aspect of your life, and then go after it. If you're about to or have recently relocated, chances are you're filled with excitement and have a long list of things to do. You're busy preparing for the move or settling into your new host country, and this phase is often referred to as the honeymoon phase of living abroad. And by all means, enjoy it. But I also want to invite you to take a moment and think about how you can best leverage the momentum that comes with this new beginning so that you can set yourself up for success and make the most of your time abroad long term. Momentum is an incredibly powerful force that drives us forward, propelling us towards greater well-being, success, and fulfillment. But here's the catch. Once it starts to fade, it becomes increasingly difficult to enact change in our lives. It's like with that lamp I didn't buy for our dining room after our last move. Initially, I spent some time browsing catalogs and window shopping. However, as days turned into weeks, I grew so accustomed to that lonesome light bulb hanging from the ceiling that I stopped even noticing its absence. It's a classic scenario we often find ourselves in. We become so familiar with less than ideal situations that we lose sight of what's wrong with them and fail to take action. Dangerous territory indeed. Now, that lamp was just an object, but when it comes to our lives, we certainly wouldn't want to settle for less than we deserve, right? Unleashing your full potential and creating a fulfilling life should be a top priority, and momentum plays a significant role in achieving this. Building momentum in our lives is a lot like starting a fire. It's all about that initial spark, a consistent fuel source, and creating the right conditions for growth. So, how do we ignite and keep that momentum burning? Well, it all begins with setting some meaningful goals and actively working towards them. Sure, living in the moment and going with the flow has its merits, but having personal goals that truly inspire you and give your life purpose is crucial. And this is especially true for expat women like you and me. We need to navigate new and changing surroundings, cultures, and circumstances. We often find ourselves starting over from scratch, lacking a sense of certainty, continuity, and a support system to catch us when we fall. Having worked with hundreds of expat women, several of them feeling chronically under-challenged and lost, I urge you to take the time to figure out what truly matters to you, formulate clear goals, and hold yourself accountable to reach them. This will not only give your life meaning, purpose, and direction, It will also make you feel safe and significant. Now, to keep the momentum alive, it's important to take some courageous steps forward. You don't always have to achieve something monumental. Sometimes even small strides can create a ripple effect that pushes you forward. But here's the thing, if you can take a big, bold step forward, you'll create a firework and really get things rolling. In my upcoming chapter X, I will spill the beans and share my personal strategy for igniting that firework of energy and taking a significant leap towards your dreams. Whether you have taken big or small action steps, it's vital to acknowledge and celebrate your progress along the way. Embracing a growth mindset is key here. It's all about truly believing in your ability to continuously learn, improve, and progress through hard work, effort, and resilience. Also, surrounding yourself with a supportive community is like adding extra fuel to that fire. When you connect with people who believe in your potential and can offer valuable insights that help you further, it's like tapping into a collective energy source that keeps our momentum going strong. So, I want to ask you, what would it take to make your experience at your host country truly great and worthwhile? Also, what do you expect to gain from living abroad or living in that specific country? And what is one big and bold action step that you could take right now to achieve this? If you can harness the momentum of this new beginning, there will be no stopping you from pursuing a truly inspiring and meaningful life plan. And by the way, if you want to have a closer look into which areas of your life are thriving and which others will need your attention in order to get back into balance, then I want to invite you again to take my Wheel of Expat Life quiz, which you can access free of charge at camillacantana.com/quiz. It's free, it's fun, it's fast. It takes like 3 minutes to do. It will analyze 7 different areas of life that are really relevant to your expat experience. So I've really tailor made it, tailor designed it to be suitable for expats, and it will give you a lot of insight that can help you first of all determine where you need to pay more attention to, and how you can work on building momentum, making some significant changes in that area. So there is obviously so much more to come in this book. As I said, I want it to be the go-to guide for expat women that they can just flip open, choose their chapter, the one that's most helpful right now, and get a dose of inspiration and motivation and most importantly, a lot of value. So I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek. And yeah, I really look forward to your feedback. Do reach out to me, tell me what you think, and stay tuned because this is about to be wrapped up. All right, I speak to you soon. Bye.